Alright, here's some ideas about scale practice. So, this will be, we're going to use the minor pentatonic scale for the purposes of demonstration, but these ideas could be applied to any scale. So, and we'll start with the key of F because it starts on the first fret of the low E string F root. So, the minor pentatonic scale that everybody learns early is the one that goes like this. You probably know that, but you may not know the other four shapes of the same scale. Maybe you do, but if you don't, you need to learn them. So this is going to be the same exact scale, the same 5 notes repeated, but in different places on the guitar. 2 notes per string, which is how this one went. The next one, you're going to go up here, and there's going to be 2 notes per string, and it's going to look like this. Don't try to learn this from watching. You can just look it up, or I'll put a link to tabs of it or something. But anyway, the first shape is this that you always know. The second one looks like this. It starts on the second finger. 2 4 1 4 1 4 1 3 2 4 2 4. Those are left hand finger names. The next one, you go up here and it's going to go 2 4 2 4 2 4 1 4, shift up 1 4 1 3. Oops. The next one starts on your first finger, 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3 2 4 1 4, and then the final one is symmetrical, 2 4 2 4 1 4 1 4 2 4 2 4, and then you're back to where you started from. So those 5 boxes are the minor pentatonic scale in one key all the way up and down the guitar. So the first thing to do is practice them straight up and down. Use alternate picking with your right hand, down, up on each string. So you go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. When you get to the highest note of the scale, repeat it once and then go backwards. So you're still picking down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And now you're done. So the straight up and down in one position is this. Then do it in the next position. And so on. And do that. Then once you know all the positions, then you can do them all in a row. So you do one position, going up, alternate picking. As you come back down, when you get to the end, without pausing, shift right up into the next one. And go through them all, and you go up, and then you can go backwards, back down. So that's, now you're doing them all, doing all the different shapes straight up and down. The next variation to do, once you've got comfortable with that, is instead of going straight up the scale in a straight line, you do what some people call coils, where you go in a pattern. For example, start on the first note, go up 3, 1, 2, 3. Then instead of going to 4, you step back 1 note, and that becomes a new 1, and then you go 1, 2, 3, step back, 1, 2, 3, step back, 1, 2, 3, step back, 1, 2. So that ends up sounding like this. Still alternate picking, and backwards. So you do that in one position, then in the next, and so on, and do all 5 positions doing that. You can do, without pausing, do the shifts again. So first position, go through the whole thing forwards and backwards. Then right up, and so on, except do it right. So you go straight up and down through every position, then try those coils, as they're called. You can also skip notes, like go from 1 to 3, and then 2 to 4, and then 3 to 5, and do that through each scale. Any kind of pattern you make. The coils you can do, instead of 1, 2, 3, and then step back, you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then step back. You can make up your own, and you should. Any pattern is good. And then the next thing that I'm really fond of is to reduce the whole scale down to just 2 strings. For this, say it's the E and the B and the E strings, the 2 highest. So your first shape is now down to just these 4 notes. And then the second shape is just 4 notes. And then again. And you move through each shape only on those, so that it's like little miniature boxes of 4 notes each. And if you number them mentally, if you think 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next box 1, 2, 3, 4, and the next 1, 2, 3, 4. So first of all, just practice them all straight up and down again. And then do that. Then change the number pattern. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, go 1, 4, 3, 2. Oops. And whatever, make up your own. You can do coils in these little boxes of 4. So in the first box you go up 1, 2, 3, step back 1, 2, 3, and then repeat that throughout. And so on. And the other thing to do is just actually, well, another thing you can do is go through all your scales, but instead of playing all the notes, instead of picking each note, you can slide to each one and hammer on, you know, different stuff like that. So there's a million different patterns and things that you can do to challenge yourself on scales. And then of course all this was just F. Then do it in every other key. Now if you move up to F sharp, you know, all the boxes are just going to move up 1 fret correspondingly. When you get to G, minor pentatonic, that first box is going to be here. But now you've come up so far that the 5th box, the last one, is now playable below. So you can actually start with the symmetrical box, what I call the 5th box, open strings, and then you start now on your first one, and then go through all the rest. So yeah, play all different patterns in all different keys, but to get more philosophical, the thing that will help is if you keep in mind all the ways that you're benefiting as a player from practicing scales, and there's many. And if you're thinking of them as you practice, if you're consciously going for these benefits, then you're better off. So the first thing that you're getting is just plain old agility. You know, your fingers are getting stronger and more adept at getting where they need to go. But your left and right hands are learning to work better together, especially on coils where you have to switch back and forth between strings, or other things where you have to switch up in your positions. Every time you do that, you're training your hands and brain and fingers to do more easily what you want them to. And so just physically, they're good for all kinds of reasons. But not only that, they're of course useful if you want to be a hot shot lead player. Then you just learn all your scales and play them really fast. You can even just those patterns I was doing, like coils up through the 4-note boxes. You can hear that with distortion and a little more speed, that would sound pretty shreddy. If that's what you want to do. And of course you can do scales other than minor pentatonic. They're a lot more adventurous and would sound cooler than that. But so anyway, all those physical benefits are one thing, and learning how to solo, And then something I'm not even talking about, but if you actually start to understand how the scale works and what the notes are and why they are the way they are, that's the whole basis for understanding almost everything about music theory and chords and how it all works. So I hope that was useful. You can find out, maybe I'll post a link to some website that just has all the boxes written out, but you can find them, any scale book, or you can figure them out yourself, or if you really can't find them, I'll write it out for you. But that's what I wanted to start with for the first lesson. I hope that was good. Thank you.